Hello, business family. Are you ready for some football? Now, I'm not talking about American football. I'm talking about soccer. FIFA arrives in South Florida next summer, and the world is watching. The real question is, are you ready? Is your company ready to take advantage of this billion-dollar once-in-a-lifetime opportunity? Hello, my name is Jay Reynolds. I own Wolf Creek Consulting. We are a top-ranked executive staffing company. We place people in finance, accounting, and IT. And you know that this is a business of Black business. It's a show that's designed to help Black entrepreneurs and would-be business owners to start and to scale a business. It's really a unique opportunity to gain access to people that you wouldn't normally get access to. Successful business owners and thought leaders. Now, I really want you to hear how they did it. I want you to be in the room. So, with that being said, meet Marlon Hill. Now, Marlon is a first-generation American lawyer, and Marlon is a partner with a law firm of West and Sirota and Coral Gables. Marlon has 22 years of corporate intellectual property and government transaction experience. And Marlon, you wear a bunch of hats, and I just really appreciate you taking the time to come to the show. So welcome.
It's great to be in the business of the Black, Brother Jay. Thank you for having me.
Oh, hey, absolutely. Thank you very much for being here. Now, to start, I really want to know who you are. You know, where do you come from? Who are your role models? You know, what makes you you? Not the stuff from your bio.
Yeah.
Who are you?
Well, you said that I'm a first generation American lawyer. So my family came here to South Florida in the early 1980s from Jamaica. So I grew up here. I went to finished high school here, went to the #1 university in the state of Florida. Don't fight against me, Jay. Florida State University.
Hey, I'm an LSU Tiger, so you know I'm gonna give you a pass.
Yeah, you got
the state
of
Florida.
Yeah, and I went to school in Costa Rica for a year. Came back and then went to law school, and I came back to Miami, and I didn't have a job then. With the help of people like attorney H.T. Smith and attorney George Knox as the first Black city attorney in the city of Miami.
Oh my goodness!
They were able to open a couple doors for me, and 30 years later, juggernauts, and 30 years later,
you had some amazing mentors. So those are juggernauts. Yeah. Now, as a partner,
they're also of the good bond of Kappa Alpha Psi. So that
I wouldn't know anything about that. You know, all I can say, if it's not black and gold, it's probably not right.
Boy, man, we're not scoring any points here, Jay.
No. Yeah, you -1 for you already. But as a Black business partner of Weiss, what areas of law do you specialize in, and how do they intersect with the business community here in South Florida?
Well, for over 17 years, I had my own law firm with my law partner, Michelle Delancey at Delancey Hill. And then she became a judge with Miami-Dade County. And then I joined Weiss Sirota about 4 years ago. So I'm a partner there in terms of the corporate transactions and the government transactions department. So I represent, family-owned companies, entrepreneurs, creative entrepreneurs, nonprofit organizations, international governments, primarily on the business side of things. I'm not a litigator, so I help them with their corporate formation, their contracts, intellectual property, anything having to do with bringing their strategic plan to life from startup to exit.
Let's drill down into that a little bit. What are some of the common legal mistakes or blind spots that you see with small businesses or Black-owned businesses, and how should they kind of miss the landmines, or what are some of the things that you can suggest that they do to protect themselves early on?
One of the first blind spots, Jay, is really having an alignment with your personal life and your business life. Most small businesses are starting when someone already has a full-time job, right? Because
absolutely.
Unless you're independently wealthy, you're trying to juggle
two-handed living. You got to do that two-handed living up front,
Exactly. So one of the first things is that you got to have a plan to transition from that full-time job to the entrepreneurial job. And the plan typically has 3 components to it. It's the financial plan, the operational plan and the marketing plan. How are you
Yes.
going to pay for the business? What are you going to be actually offering to the public that the public needs and they're willing to pay for? And how are you going to get the word out to the target market of people that are willing to pursue the services that you're trying to offer? So that's basically essentially getting grounded in that. And once that plan comes into play, and you have a passion for that particular industry or that particular service that you're going to be providing, it kind of develops over time, especially with the right support system. Good accountant, good lawyer, good financial advisor, and other support, family members supporting you as well with regards to the business plan. And
I tell people all the time, you get married to a CPA and to an attorney right away. Right away. Just get married to them. They become your BFF forever, and they'll keep you out of trouble and keep you on the straight and narrow and stable. Let's talk about FIFA. You're leading your firm's focus group effort. Tell us more about what that entails and how local municipalities and businesses should be paying attention to that right now.
Well, people may hear the acronym, and if you're not familiar with football or soccer, as we well.
Now, Marlon, you are leading your firm's FIFA World Cup Road focus group effort. Tell us more about what that entails and why local municipalities and businesses should be paying close attention to that.
Well, this is the largest sporting event in the world. It's bigger than the Olympics. You have more countries that are participating in football tournaments across the world, more than the United Nations. The United Nations has 100 and I think 70 plus countries. FIFA has well over 220 countries participating. So the tournament, FIFA is a nonprofit organization. It's an international regulatory body of the sport of football, of the sport of soccer. Their main offices are in Geneva, Switzerland, but they recently moved their legal and compliance department to South Florida in the last year.
That's huge.
It's huge. And many people don't know. Well over 125 legal and paraprofessionals are hosts right here in South Florida. So they're the governing body. But here in South Florida, our Greater Miami Convention and Visitors Bureau, and along with the mayor's office for Miami-Dade County and the city of Miami years ago, submitted the bid to be one of the host cities for the World Cup, because the World Cup is held every 4 years. The last 4 years, Jay, the World Cup was held in Qatar, in the Middle East, and this year, for the first time, it's going to be held in the United States, Mexico, and Canada. It's the first time 3 countries will be hosting the World Cup. And so Miami was selected along with one of those host cities, including Houston and Atlanta and Philly. And the final will be played in New York. So we are less than a year away. The first match will be held on June 11th in Mexico City. And then the final will be played in July 19th in New York City. So over 30 days, 40 countries will be selected in the tournament, over 104 games. And Miami and South Florida will be hosting 7 of those matches.
I got to tell you, you talk about a hot ticket. That's going to be an amazing hot ticket and just an incredible opportunity for small business. Now, we're going to take a break. And when we come right back, I'm going to talk a little bit more about the World Cup and how businesses can get themselves involved. So stay tuned, lock into this. You don't want to miss this. We'll be right back.
Miami-Dade, it's always that time of year, mosquito season. And they're an ongoing danger for our community. To protect yourself this season, follow these simple steps. Drain all standing water around your home and perform weekly checks on areas that accumulate regular buildup. When outside, make sure you cover up as best as possible. Finally, never forget to use repellent on skin and clothing.
Dude, your mom is so weird.
I know.
Together, we can fight the bite and keep our community safe.
History? Yeah, we built that. Pride? We fuel that. And on August 30th, we run that. Two powerhouse HBCUs, Howard Bison, FAMU Rattlers, one legendary showdown under the Miami lights at Hard Rock Stadium. The energy unmatched. The culture undeniable. The vibes straight HBCU. Get your crew. You don't want to miss this. Lock in your seats now at orangeblossomclassic.com.
Miami-Dade is filled with dreams, talent, love. At the Children's Trust, we are dedicated to nurturing the potential of every child and family with hundreds of trust-funded programs. Find a program at thechildrenstrust.org.
I grew up down here in South Florida, so for me, it's a little bit more personal.
For the Mesman & Dover Law Firm, it's about community.
For us, South Florida's our home. You all are our people.
Our family. Our future.
The difference we'll make for you, your loved ones, your kids, matters. Because to us, it's personal.
If you need us, call us 24/7 at 866-954-MORE.
That's 866-954-6673. The Mesman & Dover Law Firm, youraccidentattorneys.com.
Help comes in many forms. As a Miami-Dade County bus operator, you can help your community, help those in need, and even help yourself. Operators have the opportunity to earn more than $50,000 a year plus built-in overtime, earn more than 13 paid holidays and vacation days, and take advantage of the tuition reimbursement program. Plus, qualified new drivers will receive a $5,000 sign-on bonus. Become a driving force in our community. Apply now at miamidade.gov/busdriver.
Culture.
Welcome back. We're speaking to Marlon Hill. Now, Marlon, the World Cup is expected to bring billions of dollars in economic activity. Now, what kind of contracts or opportunities should Black entrepreneurs pursue or local businesses be looking for?
Well, for every big event, Jay, whether it's the All-Star game or whether it's the Super Bowl, the World Cup eclipses any of those events on a global level, right? Yes. So when you think of this, the World Cup, you got to think about Miami hosting seven World Cup games. That's like 7 Super Bowls.
Isn't that amazing? I mean, just the magnitude of that is just mind-boggling.
It's extraordinary. I mean, so you have millions of visitors coming to the city, right? And then you have the games that are going to be hosted at the Miami Stadium. It's going to be known as, because Hard Rock doesn't have sponsorship rights, right? So it's 7 matches at the stadium, millions. And we don't know which teams or which countries are going to be in your region until December 2025, when the draw is going to actually happen for the teams that actually qualify. So 44 countries. So think about teams that have already qualified, like Argentina or Iran or South Korea, and other, Mexico, United States, and Canada automatically qualify as the host. But what's going to be very interesting is who are the countries that are going to be placed in your city for the opening matches. So, for example, you're going to let's say you have Brazil that's staying at the Diplomat in Hollywood, and let's say you have Jamaica that's staying at the Hotel Intercontinental in downtown Miami. So you have all the fans that are coming into South Florida, not only to watch these matches, but also to be a part of the sponsorship activation, to be a part of the fan fest that's going to be held at the Bayfront Park. So they're going to be in need of transportation. They're going to be in need of catering opportunities for special events. They're going to be in need of concierge services. They're going to be in need of a number of wraparound services, not just for what's happening at the stadium, for everything that is going to be happening, even related to the teams. Right. Each team is going to be coming with its own set of sponsors and government officials that are.
Hey, let me. You wear a lot of hats, right? You serve on a number of boards: the Greater Miami Convention Visitors Bureau, the Orange Bowl Committee, and a host of other things. Now, how have those roles helped you champion? Throw this word out there. Let's go ahead and throw it out there: diversity and inclusion in business and tourism. We have to talk about that.
I mean, it's absolutely critical for me as an attorney, as a professional here in South Florida, for me to find the things that I'm passionate about, and for me to lend my talents to. those two organizations that you mentioned, the Orange Bowl Committee and the Greater Miami Convention and Visitors Bureau, are two important institutions in our hospitality and tourism space, but also our community impact space. For example, many people don't know that the Orange Bowl Committee, even though we lead the charge on hosting the Orange Bowl, and this year we are working with the College Football Playoff to host the national championship, we give back millions of dollars in community impact to the community through leadership academy programs, helping to renovate media centers in our middle schools. We have the Junior International Tennis Tournament, sailing, basketball. We have a high school football showcase for allow kids to kind of get scholarships to college. So it's a huge impact for the Orange Bowl Committee. And then with the Greater Miami Convention and Visitors Bureau, as a lawyer that works intimately with the hospitality and tourism space, serving on that board allows me, again, to give back to the industry that has been so good to me for over 30 years, right? And then the Greater Miami Convention and Visitors Bureau is intimately involved with the hosting of these big events like the World Cup or Art Basel or the South Beach Food and Wine Festival. We are a destination, right? So when you look at the list of destination events, it's very important for any business owner to become a partner with the Greater Miami Convention and Visitors Bureau so that you can get those announcements of when the events are coming so that you can submit a bid. You got to compete with everyone else.
You have to be in the room, right? You have to be seated at the table. You have to plan to be there. You have to be intentional. I just 100% agree with you, and gosh, even more than that, I agree with the passion in your voice. Right? Some of the things that you're saying, I tell businesses all the time. You have got to be seated at the table, and you have got to prepare yourself, and you have to be ready for your opportunity. Right?
And before you get to the room, Jay, you got to make sure that your phone line, people can reach you directly. You got to make sure that you're communicating what you're doing on your website transparently so that folks can see the good work that you're doing in terms of your business. Do you have your financial records in order? Do you have your insurance and your bonding? Do you have your staffing contracts just in case you need to ramp up for those big events and then ramp back down during the period before the next big event? All of these things, I will call it your big game ready.
Yeah. Big game readiness, right? Exactly.
Big game readiness.
I got to tell you, well, we're going to have to take another break and we'll come back. I want to talk about what's next for you, Marlon. Where are you headed? Some of the things that's important to you, some of the things that perhaps you and your firm are pouring yourself into. But we're going to take a short commercial break, and then we'll talk more about where you're headed. Okay? We'll be right back.
In Miami-Dade, it's always that time of year, mosquito season. And they're an ongoing danger for our community. To protect yourself this season, follow these simple steps. Drain all standing water around your home and perform weekly checks on areas that accumulate regular buildup. When outside, make sure you cover up as fast as possible. Finally, never forget to use repellent on skin and clothing.
Dude, your mom is so weird. Get away. I know.
Together, we can fight the bite and keep our community safe.
History? Yeah, we built that. Pride? We fuel that. And on August 30th, we run that. Two powerhouse HBCUs, Howard Bison, FAMU Rattlers, one legendary showdown under the Miami lights at Hard Rock Stadium. The energy unmatched. The culture undeniable. The vibes straight HBCU. Get your crew. You don't want to miss this. Lock in your seats now at orangeblossomclassic.com.
Miami-Dade is filled with dreams, talent, love. At the Children's Trust, we are dedicated to nurturing the potential of every child and family with hundreds of trust-funded programs. Find a program at thechildrenstrust.org.
I grew up down here in South Florida, so for me, it's a little bit more personal.
For the Mesman and Dover Law Firm, it's about community.
For us, South Florida's our home. You all are our people.
Our family. Our future.
The difference we'll make for you, your loved ones, your kids, matters. Because to us, it's personal.
If you need us, call us 24/7 at 866-954-MORE.
That's 866-954-6673. The Mesman and Dover Law Firm, youraccidentattorneys.com.
Help comes in many forms. As a Miami-Dade County bus operator, you can help your community, help those in need, and even help yourself. Operators have the opportunity to earn more than $50,000 a year plus built-in overtime, earn more than 13 paid holidays and vacation days, and take advantage of the tuition reimbursement program. Plus, qualified new drivers will receive a $5,000 sign-on bonus. Become a driving force in our community. Apply now at miamidade.gov/busdriver.
Culture.
We're back with Marlon Hill. Now, Marlon, a couple of my favorite questions to ask is trying to understand what a person's vision is, where you're headed. Now, with your legal background and civic involvement, what do you see the intersection? How do you see the intersection of law, tourism, and economic equity involving in Miami in this area over the next 4 or 5 years?
Jay, MIA has always been committed to the development of Black professionals in South Florida, and I'm definitely a beneficiary of that. One of the things that's very important for our young professionals or professionals in general, Black professionals, to understand is that you must have a clear sense as to what your professional superpower is and what your purpose is, and then to be good at that, but also to kind of figure out how can you lend that superpower to building the community that you have. So for me, it's critical for me not only to be the best business lawyer that I can be to entrepreneurs or to family-owned companies to help them chart a strategic vision for their companies. It's also important for me to understand what role they can play on the impact they can make in the community, right? So my involvement on the boards that I serve with are not just from the purpose of me kind of living out a personal passion. It's also to be able to have access around the table to open up opportunities for the people that I represent and to kind of share how it is that they can do the same, right? Because I don't think that you can take out of your community without putting something back.
Absolutely.
So for me, that's, after 30 years of practicing law, I have not accomplished anything that you may see on my resume that's out there without giving something back to the community that has given me so much. So you asked me, where am I going next? I want to kind of magnify that, expand the circumference of the table for more Black professionals and Black businesses to have an opportunity. I feel that if I'm in the room, someone will have a chance.
Absolutely. I got to tell you, your reputation precedes you, and everybody that knows you, the couple of things that they say about you, that they always say that you're an advocate for Black businesses and small businesses. And also they say that I've also heard that you're a brilliant attorney, so your reputation certainly precedes you.
I appreciate it, man. So I know that we're talking about the business of Black and opportunities for the World Cup. Opportunities to volunteer have opened up for the World Cup. All you need to do is go to FIFA.com/volunteers. Don't call me for any tickets. I don't have any free tickets, Jay. The tickets are going to open up in September, mid-September. Go to FIFA.com/tickets. There are also opportunities. Your company may also want to be a sponsor or partner, because big events like this can't happen without the support of government, without buy-in from the community, and the support of corporate sponsors. And then everyone wins whenever all hands are on deck.
Well, I got to tell you, this has been an amazing conversation. I'm going to leave you with the last word, though, okay? Lastly, give us one piece of legal or business advice that you'd offer to someone looking to get involved with the upcoming events, not just FIFA, but all of the events that are coming up, where you have these enormous contracts that are going to be almost low-hanging fruit, right? Because there's so much capacity that the city already has, and so much capacity it's going to need, right? So give us some advice in terms of how they would ready themselves to go to the next level.
First and foremost, Jay, you got to understand the event, and you have to understand the entities that are behind the event. FIFA is not hosting the actual games in a particular city. In fact, it's a separate nonprofit, a host committee, right? So I would subscribe to the FIFA 26 Miami host committee website, subscribe to updates. They release different RFPs and bids and announcements there about opportunities there. I would sign up there. I would recommend that you become a partner of the this is one of the best kept secrets, a partner of the Greater Miami Convention and Visitors Bureau. It's very nominal partnership fee, but they send out bulletins and announcements and updates. And many times contractors will go to the Greater Miami Convention and Visitors Bureau and say, I need some of your best caterers. Can you give me your contacts? And if they get those recommendations from the Visitors Bureau, it's not a endorsement, but at least it puts you in the room because you've already been vetted as a partner of the Greater Miami Convention and Visitors Bureau.
Great.
So the bottom line,
I got to tell you, we're out of time, Marlon. As luck would always have it. But first of all, I want to thank our audience for watching. Be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow us on social media, and join us next week where we talk about additional stories about Black excellence. Marlon, I know you wear a bunch of hats, so thank you very much for taking the time out of your busy schedule to do this because you make a difference. Just keep on building and doing the things that you do. And again, this is the Business of Black Business. My name is Jay Reynolds. We've been talking to Marlon Hill.
Thank you for having me.
Magazine for making this important. And we'll see you next time. The Business of Black Business.